Hey everybody, welcome to Sled Talk, where we love talking everything snowmobiles, from pulling the cord to pulling your hair out. There's nothing that we won't discuss in the world of snowmobiling. Now, Steve.
Yes, sir.
We just went out to Minnedosa, Manitoba this past weekend, and we had a great time.
Oh, that was fantastic.
Yeah, what did we do?
We went to the Little River Relics Snowmobile show and shine.
Right.
Yeah. They contacted me about bringing my Vmax out there.
Yeah, and you did.
I did, yeah. We took three machines out.
In fact, we brought, well, the two that we're sitting on.
Yeah.
And your little
Chrysler Snow Runner.
Snow Runner, yeah. Which was an interesting thing. I think all three sleds garnered a lot of attention, but there was a lot of sleds to look at.
There was some beautiful stuff there.
Some really, the detailing that some of the people put into these snowmobiles was unbelievable.
Yep.
And the restorations and, you know, some of the old race sleds, the stuff we've seen over the years, and some things that we've never seen in the wild, and all that.
Yeah, some beautiful snow jets.
I have to say, I want to thank Grant, who was more or less the organizer, the fellow that got in touch with you.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
For making us feel very welcome, very accommodating. He was super helpful. In fact, all of their volunteers were super helpful. Steve, do you want to share a little bit of your experience with the volunteers?
Well, I was just amazed how we drive up there and drop the gate on the trailer, and 5 guys run in, pick your snowmobiles up and bring them into the building without them even touching the ground.
Right.
We literally did not move one snowmobile all day.
Yeah, we just
and everyone was super friendly.
We unclipped them from the trailer, and yeah, they did all the work, put it on this really nice cart that they had built for the purpose, ran them over to the spot where we thought where they thought we should be, and unloaded it, and that was it. Like you say, there wasn't a moment's sweat from either of us to do this.
Not at all.
And I asked those guys if they did parties, and they laughed and said no. And so, you know what? Thank you guys for everything you did.
Yeah, for sure.
But it wasn't just them. There was a really good showing of everything from, you know, the food, the beverage service.
It was a great place. Like, it was indoor, right?
It was indoor.
Which was super nice. The food was incredible.
Yep.
And licensed even. So
Yeah.
you could grab a beer with your meal or went down on the floor if you wanted to or whatever. And a curling rink. It was in a curling rink, so it was cement floor, clean, really nice.
Yeah, comfortably warm in there.
Yeah.
Overall, there was 85 sleds, I believe, give or take 1 or 2,
Yeah.
but room for a lot more, in my opinion.
Grant thought 90, but then you kind of made him talk him into that he could put a whole other row in there.
Well, I thought he could put a whole other row
could.
in there, which would have been another 20-ish more sleds. So
I
they've
think
got
he
room
could.
for growth.
Yeah, I think he could too.
Yeah. One of the interesting things, Steve, is they've been doing this for 3 years.
Only 3 years.
Well, this is their 3rd year for the event.
Yeah.
But they've only been a club for 3 years.
I know he said they got together in December of the first year, talked about it a little bit, and then had their first show in April. That's amazing to put something together that quickly.
Well, and they were working with other members of the community, the fire department, which I believe is volunteers. So those guys chipped in, and the hall itself, the rink and golf course chipped in. Like the whole community got together to make this into a fantastic event. I'm really glad they did.
Yeah. He said 30 sleds the first year. And how many trophies?
6 trophies the first year.
Okay, and then the second year their sled count went up and their trophy count doubled.
Yeah.
And then this year close to 90 sleds and over 30 trophies.
31 trophies, yeah. In fact, you won a trophy.
I did. I won 3rd in class for 81 to 90 original snowmobiles.
Yeah, really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, especially with what was there too. There were some beautiful sleds there.
There sure was, and wow. And many areas, classifications, originals, ages, there was stuff going back to the early 60s.
What was the Polaris that won People's Choice?
Was it an XC?
No, that old People's Choice was that old.
Oh, yeah, that red one.
Yeah, the engine behind the driver.
Yeah, we have a picture of that. The
I
fellow
can't
was
remember.
almost in tears.
I know, I can't remember what those are called, but
Yeah.
and it shocked me. I mean, it deserved it, but I just didn't think that style of machine would win People's Choice. But he deserved it. It was a beautiful snowmobile.
And it will show up as you're watching the video. I got a really nice picture of that one, or some video of that one.
Yeah.
In fact, we got some nice video of all of the sleds.
Yeah, so there was everything from, like you said, from the 60s into the 90s. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the Newest thing I saw was 99.
I thought there was something in there from 2000s.
Oh, there could have been.
You know, the early 2000s.
Yeah.
But, you know, and we covered a lot of those sleds. As you watch the show, you'll see the different things we covered. Hey everybody, welcome to Sled Talk, where we are doing our spring road show. We are currently at the Little River Relics, Steve.
Yes.
Show and shine.
Right. Yeah.
For vintage sleds.
Yeah.
And the one thing I've noticed about vintage sleds and vintage sled people is you seem to be the perfect match. You're the right amount of vintage.
Yeah, that's about right, yeah.
There are a ton of great sleds here. We're hoping that somewhere through doing the podcast and the show, we're going to be able to catch up with Grant, one of the organizers that invited you out. And Steve's got 3 different sleds in here at the moment. What are they, Steve?
My 83 Vmax, my Kawasaki Drifter Freehair, and my Chrysler Snow Runner.
That's the one that was Lee Iacocca's private ride.
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So what we want to do is maybe just kind of walk around, have a look at some of the great sleds that are here, kind of give a bit of our thoughts on them or some of the things we've learned about them, and just kind of share with all of you what a great little show this is, because we're having a ball today.
Yeah, it's been a good day.
And I gotta say, there is a ton of passion among the vintage people.
Yeah.
Like, holy crap, is there a lot of people coming over and just jabbering with us and having a great conversation, sharing their thoughts, sharing their experiences over the years. And, you know, I'm just really enjoying myself.
Yeah, it's a good day.
Yeah. So, with that said, Steve, let's do a little walk around and we'll show off the sleds and they can kind of just listen to us jabber in the background.
All right, sounds good.
What we have, Steve, tell us about this one.
1983 Yamaha Vmax, first year for the Vmax.
And you are hoping to win an original on this one, right?
That would be kind of nice if I could.
Yeah. But I think you have a little bit of a challenger before we go to your other sleds.
Yes.
This John Deere,
Very
right
popular
here.
today.
Very popular. Now this was a barn find.
Yeah.
We did a show on barn finds and are they real? This one is a real barn find, and the fellow that owns it is very proud of it.
Yeah.
He's had to do very little to restore it. He's talking about giving it some polishing cleanup, but not a lot. It was just one of those sleds that he came into the right way at the right time, and he's very proud of this sled. It is very minty.
532 miles.
Yep. You got your Snow Runner here.
1979 Chrysler Snow Runner.
Yep. Nice little, I don't know if I want to call it a sled. It was one of those...
It's a snow bike.
Snow bikes, one of those unique creations that, you know, we see them even, we talked about, what was that Wave Runner, or what the hell was that thing that we were talking about? A last episode or two ago, that stand-up thing.
Oh, I don't know. I can't remember what it's called. The one Arctic Cap on.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
Anyways, kind of this is a 70s version of that.
Yeah.
Then you've got your Drifter.
1980 Kawasaki Drifter Freehair.
For anyone that knows anything about snowmobiles,
Mercury
Snow Twister.
Yeah.
Now, I got to tell you, I was explaining to Steve not long ago that the cool thing with this sled is they put that groove down the middle because it was so fast that when you crapped your pants, at least it had somewhere to go.
Good one. Yeah, right.
Some Massey Ferguson sleds.
Liquefiers.
Another John Deere liquefier.
Another John Deere liquefier.
Another
Beautiful.
John Deere liquefier. And these things are minty. Like, look at them shine.
I know, they're beautiful.
Yeah, they're great. And
Well,
then
it's restored.
Snowjet Corner.
It's restored. Yep, Snowjets. Check out the Snowjets. Check out the Snowjet Thunderjet.
Yeah, look at that Thunderjet. That thing is like an F1. It is super cool.
Yep, first one I've ever seen.
Yeah. And a few other of the Thunderjets, different iterations.
Let's go. Come on.
Oh, yeah, you knucklehead. Anyways, we got a couple cool old Articats here. One of our buddies has exactly the same 399 Panther, which is almost as good a shape as this.
Yeah, his is all complete anyway.
Yeah,
that's
his
a nice
is complete.
one.
Yeah, this one,
Hey.
I'll tell you, they put hours into making
We'll
this
get
one.
Dave out next year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some really cool
Grand
sleds
Prix
over
special.
here. Between
Buddy had one of those. Oh, yeah.
Between the Alouette. Uh-oh, people are getting excited.
Alouette.
The racing sleds,
Yeah,
the
those are
Polaris, the RXL Polaris.
Beautiful,
Super cool.
beautiful. Summit won a prize.
Yeah, that one actually did win a prize.
Yeah.
It's a little Articat EXT.
That's beautiful.
Pretty
too.
cool little sled, isn't it?
Super nice, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dave will be jealous of that one.
Oh yeah, for sure. For
Get
sure.
the SRXs, buddy.
Can't miss the SRXs? Should we get closer, or do we?
I think next year we'll have an SRX in here.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What is this thing here? Parable.
Variety, you know, whether it was fully restored, unique, barn find stuff. Once again, we're blown away as a group by what turned out this year. We've been real fortunate. This is our third year, and like I said, the variety, the quality is just excellent. You hear it from all the people that come, the spectators. Just couldn't believe the variety we had here this year, so that's excellent. Thanks, guys.
On something. Thanks very much. Yeah. Thanks, Steve.
Second place went to Calvin Cook with his 19.
Some really nice, cool old Polarises, Steve.
Yeah, I bought a Snowmobile off that guy.
Did you? Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Your Snow
Prince Jr.
Prince Jr.
Yeah. Autoboggan.
The Autoboggan, which actually won a few prizes today.
Pretty awesome. So,
Ski-Doo Silver Bullet, the very rare, an Autoboggan, and the prize winner with the owner. Look at him. Good job today.
Very surprised. In fact, I was almost in tears.
We got to stop and have a look at this guy.
that is pretty wild.
This is a very futuristic-looking sled from 1968. Do you? Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, cool. There are some really neat old nostalgia kind of.
Some cool design. I mean,
68
holy
it
crap,
says on
you know?
it. Yeah. But yeah, I'm thinking George Jensen would be.
Yeah, that's about it, you know.
Seems like everyone's in a panic to get out of here now. No.
Whole bunch of Polarises.
Another interesting group of Polaris snowmobiles. Originally, I think when we were hearing the original engine sounds, they were coming from
that's
the
what
snow
we're running
chart.
today.
Got some cool old Polarises, some racers, some oval racers.
Yeah,
Some neat stuff here.
Yeah. I'm telling you, I should fire up the Snow Runner.
Okay, so Steve, this is the combination that got everyone riding.
Yeah.
You look at these, the old Ski-Doo with the cutter.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is what got you out to the Wiener Roast, got you home from the Wiener Roast.
Yeah, those are awesome.
Yeah, now that's what got everyone, the original Ski-Doo. That's why everyone says they're going Ski-Dooing.
That's right.
Because of these.
Yeah, for sure.
Custom motor.
Get the cats.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Okay.
Yeah, don't worry. Look at this custom motor, though. This is really cool.
Yeah. 2-cylinder turned into a single cylinder.
Yeah, just for racing purposes.
Yep.
Yeah, home-built Rotax 220cc. Single cylinder. Interesting.
That's cool.
Yeah. Bunch of nice old Articats, ZRs, 440s, and the one on the end, which was a prize winner today,
Yeah.
the 7C. Who did that belong to again? Who was the racer?
Blair Morgan's old race sled.
Yeah. So anyone that's into that kind of racing and appreciates what Blair Morgan has done and achieved in his career, that's his sled, and it's here live and in Memorex. Some neat little kids racers, and that is a big sport, isn't it? The kids racing,
Yeah, it seems to
you
be.
know. And look at the trophies. Look at these trophies. That's impressive, you know. These kids have done well over the years.
Race sled.
Oh yeah, another Polaris race sled. Yeah, I gotta say, this one's seen some track time. It's got a little bit of
Road rash.
road rash on it. The very seldom seen in the wild. Yamaha 4-cylinder motor.
Yeah.
These things were so hot they were jumping right out of the sled stand. All right, Steve, that was quite a walk around, and I'm sorry we didn't get a chance to hook up with Grant, who's going to tell us all about the show today.
Yeah, I think it's a little busy right now.
He is busy, and there's a lot of people moving out of here quickly.
A lot of sleds trying to run.
Yeah, but this is the 3rd annual Vintage Snowmobile Snow and Shine Little River Relics. Thank you for joining us. The other thing I want to touch on was at the end of the show. You know, everyone's in a bit of a panic to get out of there and get loaded up and get going, as you know, we had 2.5 hours drive to get home.
Yep.
There were people from Saskatchewan, there were people from Alberta.
Yeah, that one guy from Regina won a couple of trophies.
Yep, that fellow from Alberta won a couple trophies. And interestingly enough, when we got out to the parking lot, it wasn't mayhem.
No, it wasn't.
It was, everyone out there was respectful, they were finding their spots.
They just set up a line.
Yeah.
You got in the line and you
In and out. And
rolled in, backed up, and 5 or 6 guys grabbed your snowmobiles and lifted them back onto your trailer again.
Yeah, lifted it up and off we went.
Yeah, I think they were probably going to be there for a few hours. Like,
I believe
there was a lot of sleds when we got out of there.
I'm going to tell you, those guys didn't need to hit the gym after the show.
No.
They were doing good.
Yeah, yeah. All ages in the club too, right? Like there were some young guys, really, really young guys there and running around. And, yeah.
Well, it's funny because you and I said the passion of the people attending the show, never mind
Oh.
the guys running it.
Yeah.
But we had some great conversations. We met some really interesting people.
Yeah.
People that came over and talked about, you know, what we're doing with the show and the great things we're doing and what they're doing in snowmobile. Racing, one fellow, Ken, I believe his name was,
Yeah.
had quite a story about how he's helping youth in snowmobile racing and how he's a tech guy for racing and
Yeah.
that sort of thing. A bunch of other people that, you know, just came over to us and had some great conversations. The one fellow we talked to who had ridden from on a knoll all the way up to Churchill,
Yeah.
him and some of his friends,
Yeah.
and they had planned one from on a knoll all the way out to the East Coast. They were going to the Atlantic, he said, and then they had to scrap it because some people had to drop out for different reasons.
Yeah.
But it was just impressive to see the lengths that these guys were riding. And these aren't young guys. I mean, you know, he was a gray hair.
And wasn't his thing just do it and figure it out as you go or something?
More or less. They had some motels and gas stops and stuff figured
Yeah.
out. But
Well, he was telling us, don't overthink it, just do it.
yeah.
Because we were going on about our little rides.
Yeah. Well, we used to do larger rides.
Yeah.
And I've done, you know, a 3-day ride. And again, a great time. But we haven't done one of those in a long time.
No.
And, you know, as time becomes more available to us, I'm going to say next season.
Yeah, I
we
hope
should
so.
be looking at that.
We both have cottages we could ride to, which would be nice rides in completely different directions.
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. So, snowmobiling is all about performance, and Performance Supply is all about ensuring you have a great snowmobiling season. Thanks for joining us on the road show this year. We had a ball, and we look forward to seeing you again soon.
And I think maybe hit that show up again next year.
For sure.
Yep.